Hi folks, don't worry, it's only water. The other day I was watching some clips on YouTube, and I came across a few from this budding preacher. Well, I'm not quite sure what he is, but his name is God of the Blind, and he challenged me as an atheist to show him where the Bible is flawed. Well, I pointed out some scriptures in the Old Testament where the Israelites were busy beating up the Midianites so they could get a little bit more real estate. And in this instance they defeated the Midianites and they murdered all the prisoners of wars. All the men, women and children were all slaughtered, excepting the little girl children. In other words, virgins. They were kept as booty. Wonder what they did. Maybe they were nurses. Maybe the Israelites kept them as nurses. Maybe they needed nurses to help the wounded. Maybe they were kept as cooks. But the Israelites were on the road for a good couple of months, and you know as well as I do that those little virgins weren't virgins for very much longer. I think this kind of makes the Bible look a bit sick, don't you? No, God of the Blind doesn't think so. I'm an idiot. How could I refer him to the Old Testament? Man, now I'm really being stupid. How could I do this? We don't do that shit anymore, man. We now got the New Testament, man. We got the Holy Spirit, and we got all this other crap that you make up. The Bible consists of two books, the Old Testament and the New Testament. You can't just slice it down the middle and do away with the one because it doesn't suit with what you preach. It says, get rid of homosexuals, kill the bastards. You agree with that, don't you? Because you're not a homosexual. I don't think you would agree with that if you were a homosexual somehow. What about all the rapes? I mean, what about the rights of the woman? If you're a woman and you got raped in the Old Testament, the guy didn't get into trouble as long as he married you. And if you're a woman and you got raped in the Old Testament and you didn't shout out, you got stoned to death. Jesus, what the hell is going on here? The Old Testament and the New Testament are linked. The first book of the First Testament is Matthew, and the first chapter of Matthew is the genealogy of Jesus all the way back through to Abraham. It's important. It's got to go back to Abraham because Abraham, wasn't he this guy that God made a few promises to, you know? You, the chosen race, your people are going to rule the earth. You guys are the chosen ones. Excuse me. God of the Blind, you know, I just hate the way that you Christians take the Bible, slice and dice it apart, and you pick out, like cherry picking, the pieces that suit you. Here's one for you. Think about this one. What about tithing? How are you going to be able to afford a freaking Jaguar if you got to do away with tithes? The New Testament doesn't mention tithes. It may reference them as what they were in the Old Testament. It doesn't say you got to do that. The New Covenant, Jesus did away with that law. Huh? What you going to do, eh? Joseph? How the heck are you going to afford that freaking Jaguar? Think about it. Good luck in your preaching business. I wish you well, but I also hope you could be honest. Good day.